Okay, the video you just watched was my Senseo coffee maker with just regular tap water in it. I let it warm up until the light goes out, which means it's ready to brew coffee, and turned it on and then used a very sensitive digital meter to measure the temperature. And you could see that it was about 182, 183 at its very hottest point. You also might have noticed that it started to cool down pretty fast. In fact, within the 5 minutes it would take to brew cowboy coffee, the water would go from like 180, depending on what kind of a container it's in. This was in a ceramic cup. I imagine in a Ziploc container it would go from, or a Heine pot, from 180 down to like 130. So if you start out with water that's 200, just 212, by the time you get the when you dump the coffee in it, it's going to immediately go from 212 to 200. The coffee will cool it down quite a bit. Let it set for 5 minutes. That's going to bring it down to 140. By the time you dump it over into another cool container, which is going to have to warm up, it's probably going to be down around 120, 110, which is not that hot. And then if you're a New Englander and put cream and sugar in it, it's going to be just about right to drink, and maybe a little cool. So in order to make cowboy coffee, let it brew 5 minutes, dump it over into a cup and add cream and sugar into it, as well as the initial cooling of the coffee. Unless you heat it back up again, you want it right at the boiling point, probably 210. I haven't experienced that it harms the coffee any to put ground coffee into 210 water. Because it immediately cools it to, like I'm saying, 180. I haven't noticed that it's had any ill effect on the flavor of the coffee. That's just my spin on it. But I think to make cowboy coffee, I think, like the guys say, you want your water right at the boiling point. You might even want to, in the brewing process, put it back on and warm it up once it gets down to like 170, warm it back up to like 190. In order to have it, when you get ready to drink it, have it still... I think the ideal temperature to drink coffee at is probably 100, and body temperature is about 100 degrees. So I'd say 115 in there somewhere to get a good warm, hot cup of coffee. I don't want it lukewarm. I want it fairly hot. So I got to sip it because it'll cool down fast enough. As far as coffee bags go, I'm putting 2 tablespoons of ground coffee in 6 ounces of water. And I've never seen a coffee bag that had probably more than a teaspoon of coffee in it. So I'm thinking dishwater here. Plus the coffee in coffee bags is not real high quality stuff. If you're used to really robust dark coffee bags are kind of like dishwater. So now let's talk about, saw somebody talk about boiling acorns. Sorry guys, we boil acorns, you end up with tannic acid, which is poison. Very bitter, acidic poison. So probably not a good idea. I'm not sure about the dandelions. Haven't tried it, so I can't comment on it. It might be good, I don't know. So that's my spin on coffee, and I'm Tinny from Mini Bull Design. Have a cup of Joe, get out and hike, and I got to get in the house before it freezes to death. I just came out here to get the thermometer, and I'm going back in now. Have a great day. Bye-bye.